What's going on, YouTube? The topic I have today is very serious, very sad, very troubling. Um, for the last couple of days, there have been a lot of stories coming out about teenage suicides, and it's really hitting our LGBTQ community, youth, you know, and they seem to be the main target for these suicides, based on anti-bullying, anti-gay bullying, and things like that, and also being outed, you know. And for me, that hits home. You understand what I'm saying? And I take this very seriously, and people who know me, they know I've been speaking out about it, making sure that we can try and bring an end to this, because it's becoming an epidemic, and this is a national crisis, you know. And I don't know how many more outcries we need to have, and before we get some action done. You know what I mean? And these bullies need to have some consequences thrown their way. You understand what I'm saying? They have to be held accountable and responsible for their actions. You understand what I'm saying? One of them is young Asher Brown, a teenager who was being bullied, you know, to the point where he felt he couldn't deal with it anymore. Also, the other is Seth Walsh. He felt the same way, and they both proceeded to take their lives by shooting themselves in the head. Asher Brown died instantly due to the gunshot wound. He ran home after school one day, I guess, of enduring so much. No one was home, and he just went in his room, just shot himself, and he died. Now, Seth Walsh did the same thing after, you know, dealing with so much, and, you know, we thought that at least he could come out of this, because he was rushed to the hospital. It was on life support. So everyone was hoping and praying that he would. Now, he was on life support for about 10 days until he later passed. So, it's sad, you know what I mean? That we have to go through this, because, like I said, it hits home. You know what I mean? We by ourselves out here, and you feel like you don't have no one. You feel that. You know what I mean? And you do get to a point where you do want to take your life, because you feel like it has to be better not living. It has to be better. And when you get to that point, there's nothing no one can say or do that can bring you out of it, until you do, if you do have a strong support system that can back you up and you feel you can go to them. Because I was in that same predicament. I was going to take my life. There might not be many people that know that, but I do try and talk about it. But I was going to take my life because I couldn't deal with it. Because back when I was growing up, you know, you feel like you're the only one that's gay. Now it's a trend. So, you know, there's a lot more people saying they're gay, and they come out and things like that. So you would assume it's not so hard with coming out. But it is. This is real life. This is nothing to play with. You know what I mean? And bullying has an effect. It really does. And I don't think people understand how strong of an effect it has until things like this happen, and still it continues. And the bully goes on living life as nothing. And it has to end. It has to end. Starting today, it has to end, because enough is enough. We cannot keep going through this where our youth are losing their lives because they have to hide who they are. They can't be who they are, and they can't even go to school. This is school. You can't go to school without being bullied and tortured and harassed and threatened. All the things I had to do to endure and things like that. Until, like I said in my other videos and people who know me, I found Harvey Milk, that positive outlet. That school that took me in, gave me those positive reinforcements that I needed to stay strong, so I didn't, feel like I had no one and I had to take my life, And I thank my mother for being strong and really trying to figure out what was the problem. She knew something wasn't right. I just wasn't myself, and I was entering a very dark place, very dark. And she picked up on that, and she got me the help I needed, and not saying like, I needed therapy. I needed a school that catered to the LGBTQ community and youth. I needed that. But unfortunately, a lot of these youth don't have that option. There aren't resources. Sometimes there's small towns where, there's no resources for the gay community. And that's when it becomes a problem. There's a lot of people spreading hate and saying he got what he deserved. These youth got what they deserve. Are you serious? That is a child. That is another life. No one deserves that. No one. And the ignorance of people is just disgusting. Disgusting. That is another human life, and it is disgusting. And we must stop. Stop. Okay? I don't know how much longer we have to continue to go through the same cycle. Bullying is not okay. Anti-gay bullying or bullying, period, it is not okay, because we don't know someone else's struggle. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what effect that has on them. It might be funny to you then, okay? But is it funny now? A life has been taken. Is it funny now?